Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big O Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, social media, all those cool things, man. You already know the vibes. And back at you with your weekly AEW Dynamite review. Hooray, da 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 da. And this is the go home show for AEW Revolution. Also, man, if you have time, man, if you feel like it, check out my Revolution predictions video. You know, it's a good time because some good picks going on right there. And yeah, man, it's the go home show for Revolution. And I gotta say, this week's episode of Dynamite felt like an AEW Dynamite. It felt like the AEW Dynamite I've been missing for these past couple weeks. For the most part. Now, there was a couple of segments and a couple matches on this show that I didn't really care about at all. Hook versus Matt Hardy, I don't care. Hook won. And apparently next week Hook is gonna wrestle Stokely Hathaway for the FTW Championship in a no disqualification match, I think. Don't care. You also had Chris Jericho beat Peter Avalon. Don't care. After the match, Chris Jericho and the JAS beat up Ricky Starks. Don't care. But there is one thing on the show I definitely gotta talk about before I get into the actual meat of the show. And that is the fact that we finally have our fourth team announced for the Fatal 4-Way for the tag team titles at Revolution. So earlier the night, actually the opening of the show, we had Orange Cassidy wrestle Big Bill, everyone loves Big Bill. And they had a pretty good match. Of course, Orange Cassidy won. He's still your All-Atlantic champion. He was pretty beat up during the match because Big Bill put them beats to him. After the match, sometime later on during the show, it was announced that Best Friends were not medically cleared to wrestle in the Tag Team Battle Royal because they got beat up by Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal last week. So Danhausen volunteered him and Orange Cassidy to take the Best Friends place in the Tag Team Battle Royal. And I'm like, alright, I'm not really sure where they're going with this. But it's all good because I know FTR is going to win because it's a casino battle royale. It should be setting up for the return of FTR to take on the tag team titles. You know what I'm saying? At Revolution. So we get to the battle royal, the tag team battle royal. Man, it's an alright match. We didn't get a surprise scene. We didn't get FTR. What we did get was the fourth team to be in the Fatal 4-Way, and that is Danhausen and Orange Cassidy. Why? And I like Orange Cassidy. I like Danhausen. I like both of these guys. I like them as a team. I like them as individuals. I like both of them very much. Why? You could have just slid Best Friends in there. Is one of them injured? What's going on? We didn't get FTR. Whatever. You could have put Best Friends in this spot. Why? Why Orange Cassidy and Danhausen? Why? For what? So now it's gonna be Danhausen and Orange Cassidy taking on Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, taking on the Acclaim, taking on the Ass Boys for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Why? Why, man? You could have just. If you're gonna go through all this, you could have just had it be just a straight up tag team match between the Ass Boys and the Acclaim. Like you, why? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind this. I don't get it, man. But fortunately, that's the only bit of complaining I'm going to do for this show because of the rest of the Dynamite was good. This was a good go-home show. This was the AEW Dynamite I've been missing for weeks now. This felt like a good show. It felt like a big show. It felt important. It felt like a go-home show for a pay-per-view. It's about time that I felt some form of excitement for Revolution. So like I said, it started off with Orange Cassidy taking on Big Bill. Orange Cassidy won. And then throughout the night, we had promos from Jon Moxley and Hangman. Now, Jon Moxley killed his promo. He filmed his after his match with Evil Uno last week. So he's busted open, he's bleeding, there's blood all over the place. He's dripping blood. You see blood on the steps, there's blood all over his face, there's blood everywhere. And he pretty much said that Hangman Adam Page at Revolution is your ass. And then you cut to Hangman's promo on Jon Moxley, and he said that Hangman pretty much said that he doesn't like violence, but he understands that that's what he's gonna have to do in order to beat Jon Moxley. You're gonna get the most violent Hangman Page you've ever seen ever in life. And I'm like, I hear you, bro, but you don't sound too confident. You don't sound like a man that's ready for Jon Moxley at this level. So that's why I picked Jon Moxley to win. But it was two good promos from both of these dudes. You had House of Black put the beat down on the Elite. The lights go off, then the lights cut back on, and then you see the House of Black beat the shit out of these two dudes, out of the Elite, and they're holding up the Trios Tag Team titles. And I'm like, let's go. I'm ready. I mean, the build for this has been pretty trash, but you had that, and then you had a promo from the House of Black later on in the show, pretty much saying, listen, we're coming for those titles. The Trios Tag Team titles are coming home with the House of Black, so I'm sold. That's why I want to win anyway. After that, we had the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and this would determine who would face the winner of Wardlow and Samoa Joe next week on Dynamite. Now, there was one dude in this match who I've never heard of before, named Commander. I'm not familiar with Commander. This dude's awesome. AEW could have done a little bit better of a job of, explaining who Commander is. I mean, the commentary did the best they could, but come on now. And I know it's gonna be, well, you could just look him up. I know I am gonna look him up, but it is the responsibility of the promotion to say, hey, this is who this is, and this is why he's in the ladder match for the TNT Championship. But whatever it is, what it is, Commander is awesome. But the main takeaway is the winner of the Face of the Revolution ladder match is Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs is gonna won the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and hopefully he goes on to win and beat either Wardlow or Samoa Joe next week, because that will just make me happy. That would rock my socks. That would make my dreads go 10 feet long. I'm ready. Let's go, Powerhouse Hobbs. Alright, so after this, we had a in-ring promo segment from Christian Cage, who, besides MJF, is the best heel in AEW right now. I think the top three heels, to me, in AEW are MJF, Christian, and Swerve. But Christian Cage, pretty much laying down what he was going to do to Jungle Boy. Pretty much saying that, the problem with this generation is they treat the wrestling business like a video game, whereas Christian treats this business like an ATM, and he's ready to milk it dry for all it's worth, all the money. He's going to squeeze all the money out he can. And then as Christian is talking, the lights go out, and then you see a segment from, or not a segment, but a video package from Jungle Boy, and for some reason he's digging a grave, and on the headstone it says Christian Cage. So also Christian said that he's not looking to wrestle at Revolution. He just wants to have a fight. He just pretty much challenged with Jungle Boy to a fight. So I don't know if it's gonna be like a fight or a buried alive match. I don't know what they got going on. I'm guessing it's gonna be like no disqualification, no holds barred, no rules. I don't know what they got going on, but I'm pretty excited for that match. Christian did a good job of hyping up building up the match a little bit, so hey, I ain't mad at it. Rio versus Jamie Hayter. And for what it was worth, it was a good match. They commentary built this match up as the first ever AEW Women's Champion taking on the 6th Women's Champion in Toni Storm and Rio. And for what it was worth, man, it was a pretty good match. Of course, you had Saraya running interference. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter came out to make the save. Toni Storm ended up winning the match. She beat Riho, and then a big brawl happened. And then Ruby Soho came out, and then she beat up both Saraya and Jamie Hayter, pretty much saying, "Oh, she's not picking a side. She just wants the women's championship or whatever." Now, I still don't care about this feud. I don't even know what direction they're going. I don't know if it's still the originals versus the outsiders, or what they got going on. I don't care. I mean, it should be a good match between all three women because they're all good wrestlers, and then you have Saraya. But but I mean, the match should be fair. It should be a decent match. But I honestly don't care anymore. So for the first time I remember in a long time, AEW closed with a segment. So you had Bryan Danielson come out and pretty much lay out what he's going to do to MJF. He said that he talked about the fact that MJF hates him. He talked about why MJF hates him, and then he started talking about how he had to come back from retirement, and then MJF comes out. And before MJF could really say anything, Bryan Danielson shut him down, and I was like, listen. You're talking about how your fiance left you, and Bryan Danielson pretty much said you deserved it. I'm like, damn, Bryan Danielson, you didn't have to do that, boy, like that. You didn't have to cook. You didn't have to cook MJF like that. That was really funny. And then Bryan Danielson said at the pay-per-view, he's gonna kick his fucking head in. His exact words were, "I'm gonna kick your fucking head in," and they censored it. And it was funny how they censored it, because it was like they cut it out, and I don't know, they tried to cover it up, but that part was funny. So overall, man, the promo that promo pretty much was the icing on the cake for this feud, because like I said in my predictions video, like I said in the past couple videos I've done, the feud between MJF and Bryan Danielson is the best built feud on the card outside of Moxley and Hangman. That's the match I'm excited for the most, and like I said in my predictions, I'm picking Bryan Danielson to win. And this promo kind of sealed the deal for me. That kind of was like the deciding factor, was maybe saying, yeah, Bryan Danielson's got to win. The only way I see MJF winning is, of course, with shenanigans, but if it's not for that, man, I see Bryan Danielson walking out as a new AEW champion, man. Only time will tell what's gonna happen. AEW Revolution is this Sunday. I'm debating. I mean, it depends on how this show goes or how long this show goes, because I do have to work that following Monday. So we'll see about a review. I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. But with that being said, my show rating. Honorary W. This was an overall good show, man. It was one of the best shows they've done in the past couple weeks. Sold me on the pay-per-view. I'm excited. So yeah, it gets a W from that perspective. But with that being said, what did you guys think of this week's episode of Dynamite? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care of these. I'm out. Peace.